Hi, welcome to another live here at Brilliant Vinyl. If you don't recognize me, I am Doreen, and today I'm going to share with you a really creative way on how to use our Electra foils with our adhesive vinyl. Yesterday in a live, we saw Kennedy and Marina go over how to use them on a shirt, which is the way we in the vinyl world typically use them. We'll purchase the Caesar Easy Weed adhesive, we'll cut our design, put it on our shirt, lay foil over it, heat it, and then we wait and wait until it's cold, and then we peel it off. And when you peel it off, that reveal is the height that you want. Whenever you peel that design off and see that gorgeous foil design you just created, it makes it all worth it. Well, what I want to do is share with you that same height, that same feeling of how to get that same foil right here on our adhesive vinyl. So today I am going to be working with the Heidi Swapp Minc is the laminator I happen to be using, and it is a process that's going to be required for the foils. You need heat and pressure, and the laminating machine will give you that perfect amount of heat and pressure you're going to need to make this happen. Before I discovered how to put it on our adhesives, you would have to use a laser printer, print in black ink, and then run the foil through a laminating machine to get this really cool effect. This hangs in my office and reminds me that I have a wonderful job. I love the foil, I love the way it looks, and so it was really fun to play with. When We Are Memory Keepers a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half to 2 years, came out with these foil quill pens. This was the one that was designed to work in the machines, the Silhouette, Cricut, Brother Scan and Cut, all the ones on the market. And I was able to actually make those work with our adhesive vinyl as well. The pen then would draw around it, but I would have to have a sketch pattern, and I was limited. So I used it and I enjoyed it for a while, but it never became a thing. So when I discovered a few days ago that you can put, using our adhesive vinyl, you can put the entire image is foil. So what is nice about this image was cut with probably a piece of white adhesive vinyl, and then I ran it through the machine and foiled it. So my entire design is foil. That is so cool, and I fell in love, and I want to share it with you. So I'm going to do a couple, run them through, we're going to practice, we're going to play, and just have a great time. I'm going to set that one aside, and if Emily, if you don't mind going to the overhead camera, I'm going to show them how we do this. So with the Minc machine, it comes with a big plastic sleeve you can use to put your designs in if you have a large project. But because I'm working with small projects today, I'm just going to use just a folded over sheet of paper, copy paper. I've already pre-cut a lot of these designs to save a little bit of time, and I'm going to use a lot of our foils on them. And you just basically lay your design in here, image side up, just like you would on the t-shirt if you were doing it. And I'm going to cover it with the foil. And I'm going to go ahead and do two different projects at one time. Here's another one we're going to do. And I'm just going to cover it. And then we're going to stick it into our laminating machine and let it work its magic.
Shiloh wants to know, does the foil do okay under epoxy?
I have never put it under epoxy, Shiloh, so I don't know. I would imagine it would, because the epoxy is going to act like a sealant once it's in there. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
We'll have to try it.
Yeah, we'll have to give it a try here at the company. And we'll let you know. The hardest part is waiting for the laminating machine to come out. Just about, there we go. Okay, so here comes the magic. And I pull back the design. Oh, and my paper shifted, so I'm gonna have to run this one back through. And you can do that with the foils. You can run it back through, and it's not gonna be a problem. It didn't get every bit of my. I'm gonna run that one back through while I reveal these. Okay. So this 651 vinyl is now nicely foiled. It has a really cool shimmer to it. And you can see the foil that's left behind. My feather's gonna look gorgeous, I know. Oh, yes, it's so cool. I can't wait to apply it. All right, so this one's coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and get my transfer tape and put on some of these, because now you're going to take the transfer tape, like this. Get the squeegee over here.
Autumn wants to know what brand of machine you're using.
I am using the Heidi Swapp Minc. That's M-I-N-C. Heidi Swapp is in the paper crafting world, and she has mastered the art of foiling with toner ink, and she has wonderful images for you. So this, my little dandelion, turned out really cute. I like it, and it's going to sit right here in my word hope. So I plan to put these two on cups or drink water bottles, and I'll show you. Move this aside. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take my squeegee and lift up. Oh, that's coming off perfect. And that was white adhesive is what that was. And it's 651 vinyl, so this will be able to be washed on a mug. And like I said, I've had this one on my cup for over a year, and I've washed it plenty, and it's still, the foil is still there. So I know the foil is going to hold up well in the water on all these mugs that I'm going to put them on. Okay, so this one's just going to go on a white mug. Remove the vinyl. And because this was going on a white mug, and I'm not going to see behind it, it really didn't matter what color foil, what color vinyl I used on this project, because you're never going to see the back side of it. So find that piece that you're not a fan of. This is when you can use your ugly vinyl. Alright, so I'm going to, oh, that looks so good. I'm so happy with that one.
Carrie wants to know, do you have to seal it to be able to wash it?
No, you do not. And I'm only going to go back to this mug that I had already done. I have never sealed this, and I have, like I said, washed it for over a year, and it's still there. That foil has gone nowhere. So that looks beautiful. I love that. That is so pretty. That is nice. I like that one. That's going to be one of my favorites. This is the one I wanted to show that it matters what color vinyl you choose if your background is clear. You're going to want to be a little more choosy with the color you pick. Let me get a big piece of transfer tape. And because I knew I was using a holographic purple foil, I went with a lavender vinyl for my vinyl on this. Because with 651 vinyl, the back side is the same color. So even from behind, it's going to look purple, or from the front. And then I'm just going to kind of cock this up my water bottle at an angle. That way I don't have to worry about being perfect. For my dream catcher. Massage it on. Peel it off. Now this is just vinyl at this point. And then I'm going to add the foil, which is still the lavender underneath it. I'm going to position this one in here. Alright, and so that one's going to go right here. And I'm just going to work it with my hand. Alright, and then I'm going to just slowly roll it back. And I hope the cameras can pick up on this foil. It is so pretty. That looks so pretty. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I hope so. It just really makes a decal just shine. It pops it right up. I like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna share with you real quick where I made a mistake. This is a bowl I keep on my desk at work, at home when I'm crafting and creating. And I created a cute little thing that says, excuse the mess, but I craft here. When I first did it, this piece came through when I foiled it. It did not foil everywhere. Now, I don't know if I had a bad piece of foil or if there was a wrinkle in my paper or if the black 651 I used was too much for that color because this was a pink gold color. So because of that, the second time I cut it again with white, and I kind of leaned towards thinking that because it was a dark vinyl and I was using such a light colored foil is why it may not have worked as well. But the second time I did it, it worked fine. And when I'm working on a project at home, I keep this out and whatever I'm working on just gets dumped in the bowl because it kind of contains my space. But I also like to have pretty things when I work in my craft room at home, so I dolled it up with some vinyl. The next two I want to show is another one on a clear glass, which we're going to have to run through the laminator. And then I have this little cake stand I'm going to decorate. Set that aside.
Carrie wants to know how many different foil colors does Brilliant Vinyl carry?
That is a great question, Carrie. I am not sure, but I want to say it's probably right at 100 different colors. I do not know the exact number on that, but we would be happy to get that information for you. So with this one, because I have so many pieces going through, I'm going to go ahead and use the big sheet. And I'm just going to, this doesn't get foiled. Let's see. Only part of this gets foiled. Maybe I don't need a big sheet. When you run it through, you just want to make sure that before you run it through that all your vinyl's covered, and mine shifted, so I'm going to open that back up and there we go. Run it through. And it should pull it right through. So while we're waiting on that, I just want to remind you again about that sale that we have going on. If you spend $45 with us, you can use coupon code CUSTOM45 and get 50% off your pick 5, which means the next first 5 sheets of Easy Weed 12x12 you purchase are half price. That's a fantastic deal if you're in make t-shirts. Easy Weed's always great if you can get it on sale. So check that out on our website. Don't forget to look at our blank section. We are adding blanks all the time. We're getting a new product. We're loving our new space. We're getting our elbow room out. We're filling in the space, and we're really liking it. So if you're local, come on over and see us if you want. This one's taking a little bit longer to come through because of the large amount it's being foiled. But it's really quick when you run them through the laminating machine. It's not, and pretty much any laminating machine on the market would work as long as it can get a good hot heat and it's consistent. It shouldn't be a problem.
Mike said, wow, this is such a cool technique. I've never seen this done before.
I hadn't either, Mike, till about 2 days ago. And so I had to get all over it. I had to jump on it because it totally wowed me when I saw it. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and turn my machine off. And so this is going to go on my cake plate. And if you want to go to the overhead again, Emily, sure. I'll do the reveal here. So, oh, how pretty. That looks so good. This is going to go on the cake also. So that's also nice. That one didn't foil completely, I've already taken the foil off and turned the machine off. I probably would run it back through. Anytime that happens, you can run it right back through the laminating machine and it should work.
This is just a personal question of mine. So you don't have to let the foil cool like you do with the shirt?
No, and I meant to say that. Thank you, Emily. You do not. It's just the opposite of waiting with the shirt. You have to let it cool. With the foiling of the laminating machine, you do not. You can peel it off right away, which is nice for those who don't like to wait.
And Autumn said, does the machine compromise the longevity or the stickiness of the adhesive vinyl?
I do not know the answer to that because this is the first time I'm doing this process. We can monitor it and let you know, or get back with you, or do some feedback later, but I don't feel like it would, because 651 vinyl, it has I forget what the heat temperature is that it can go up to. It's quite high, and then, it lasts for a while with, exposure. So I'm thinking, because it can withstand the heat of outside and heavy exposure from the outdoor, I'm thinking it would not compromise it. So this is just... This is just a simple little cake plate I picked up. And then I wanted to decorate it up a little bit. And I should have run that one back through the laminating machine, because you'll see it didn't all stick. And this is all trial and error. This is why we're learning as we go.
And you've actually got 120 people with you right now.
Okay, well, thank you all for watching. Again, this one, I think as I'm covering larger spaces, it would be wise if I did run them back through, if I saw any areas that weren't covered. So we're learning. I think we're always learning on these lives. What can go wrong, what's right with it. So I'm gonna finish off with the top.
You're actually up to 161 people now.
Oh, well, thank you all for joining and watching. Thank you for watching. Okay, so there's my cake plate. It still has a metallic, the foiling sheen to it. It's just spotchy in some spots. So definitely, if you see that before you take it off before you turn off your machine, go ahead and run it through a second time with a clean piece, and it'll foil where it missed. I've done that before, so I know that part will work. I just don't know why I didn't do it today. So there's the cake plate. But for the base here, when I watched the video the other day of Kennedy and Marina doing their live, they did a beautiful butterfly out of printed pattern paper from our website, and I did the same butterfly here with the foil that I'm going to apply then to a decal and put on a little cup I'm going to put flowers in. So I thought that was kind of neat that I could do the same pattern they had done, but in a different way.
Donna said you make it look so easy.
It takes a little bit of prep work, Donna. It's not as cut and dry as it appears, but it is fun. And if you love what you're doing and you find creativity in it and fun, then it can be easy for you. Even when you make mistakes, it can be easy. Okay, so I've lined that up here first, and then we'll transfer it over to the jar. Okay, oh, that came off great. And so now I'm gonna apply it here to this jar on a curve. So good luck to me. Get my scissors here. Snip that. All right. I think this one's going to be my favorite when I'm done here today. Now the bottom, the word graceful is just pink. I think it's light pink. I think it's actually the Caesar PSB. because I don't believe Oracle comes in a color like that. And then as I peel off the butterfly, wow, that is so pretty. Oh, I love that. I do have one air bubble, there we go. That popped out. And then I'm going to take my pretty flowers I brought and throw in a few rocks. There we go, just so my flowers stand up. And there, if you want to, you can go back to the front camera. All right, so that is what I discovered, how you can use our foils. It's opened up a whole new window of opportunities and possibilities because we love already creating with our 651 vinyl and sticker vinyl and stuff like that. And now there's so many more colors that I brought in today that I didn't even use. The possibilities are just all over the place. They're endless, and it got me thinking, if I could do this with 651 vinyl, can I do it with 631 vinyl and decorate my walls with a splash of color? You guessed it, I can. I'm gonna go back to the overhead. So I have taken a sheet of white 631 vinyl and I foiled something that's gonna hang in my office. I hope it's gonna hang in my office. Nope. I would have to run that one back through again. So I'm learning with 631, it might be a little more finicky, but you see how I layered it in multiple places and was able to still get the foil in there. I did it three different colors on this. But I will take the gold and I will run another piece through here, and I'll take another piece of the pumpkin and run on both of these, and then it'll be more solid, and then it'll probably go up in my office. But anyway, so experiment, play with your vinyl, play with your foil. If you don't have foil, come to Brilliant Vinyl and get some of our StarCraft foil and have fun. Thanks for watching.